I probably would have quoted Macbeth for our title today, Bubble, Bubble, Toil and Trouble, because between the worries about the AI bubble bursting, crypto having declined 28% over the course of the year, lots of toil and trouble from golden toilets in the bathroom of a close colleague of the Ukrainian president, causing a scandal on that front, as well as the Epstein papers being released.
I can't stress or overstress how important AI-related factors are for the broader market, but even for the US economy. I like to sometimes say the stock market is the economy now in the US, and that's because AI-related capex and high-income consumers are both leveraged to that AI theme, and they are both, the top two drivers of the US economy.
I do think there's a real hardening up going on inside the EU on the threat from in multiple sectors of the European economy, which now go beyond vehicles and electric vehicles into chemicals and pharmaceuticals. And an appreciation that even though there's a US-China trade truce, the EU is between two coercive powers, and the Chinese are using these choke points, not just against the Americans, but against the Europeans.
There are quite a lot of risks which are not Trump-specific. Companies are now, I think, probably quite soberly imagining that they're going to have to be agile for the rest of for the foreseeable future.
A White House that is going to be under pressure, fending off attacks, having more of a challenge to maintain its authority, and possibly becoming more unpredictable when it comes to things like the military presence in the Caribbean, near Venezuela, and other elements of US policy.
When it comes to the White House approach to the economy, for the last year, you may remember I've highlighted the initial approach will be to actually gain control, focus on governance, focus on non-economic forces. And that was because a year ago, they didn't need to juice the economy. It's changing because the economy is showing somewhat more vulnerability, and there are the political vulnerabilities that were brought to the fore, as Tina discussed, and because we're moving into midterms.
How do you put together those minilaterals and plurilaterals without American leadership? And that's a really complex question for us to solve. It also relates to the UK. What do you do? How do you do it? Which formats do you do it in, given that the Americans are not in the room? That's more problematic than the diversification on trade liberalization.
I think that the price of being a friend of Trump was at the beginning of his second term. It was particularly free. It looked at lots and lots of upside. But as Mr. Musk found, being a frenemy is more complicated. So I think that what is true is that the tech titans have got quite a lot of plates spinning at the moment.